Yo, what's up, Sammy? Calgary, Alberta. I was just hanging out in the Jasper area, man. I'm in Saskatchewan myself. What's up, Unicorn? Good to see you in here tonight. Good to be back from vacation. Good to be back to this. Yo, what's up, Wavy? What up, Super Junk Collector? Welcome, welcome, guys. Missed you guys too. Those nights without internet were brutal. Especially when, you know, Dan was having his interview and Dave was having his interview and I couldn't be tuning in. God, that was killing me. Yo, what's up, Goar? Joseph Leo. Good to see you in here, man. I don't think I see you chatting often. Oh, truly. Truly feels like it's been an eternity. What up, Clinton? Good to have you here, Joseph. First time, I knew it. I knew it. I recognize your name, obviously, from Nintendo Age and shit, and that's why it immediately triggered for me. Hey, Brosum. Just gotta put up an Instagram post, and I'm good. Yo, Southern Dead. Good to see you in there, man. What up, Digbeck? Alright, alright. We have another Mario in today's weekly, which is kind of crazy. I know obviously late print Mario Bros aren't exactly the rarest thing in the world, but seeing them come up in the weeklies, a couple in a row almost, is weird. Yo, what up, Choo Cheech? Distributors Limited. I'm not even gonna try to fuck around with the first word there. But greetings from Canada. Glad you made it from New Zealand, man. Fogo, what's up, man? L-Dubs, good to see ya. But yeah, it's weird to see White Seal Mario Bros coming up. That's one where I am actually really interested in the pop report, and I'm also really interested as to what people would even think is an expensive, Don't look. As to what people would even think is an expensive or a high amount of copies. Like, let's say the pop report on Oval Seal Mario shows like 100. Is that high? You know what I mean? Like, is that high? Not really. 100 total? Would 200 be high? I just don't really even know how to interpret the public consciousness of what they expect right now. Because everyone's just calling, you know, like, oh, so many of these games are so common. And it's like, well, what would actually dictate a common pop count on this? Yo, Knights of Old, good to see you in here, man. No problem. I'm always down to chat in the comments. If you leave a comment that is actually, you know, if you leave an actual comment on one of my videos that's well thought out, there's a very good chance I'll actually reply to you. Good to see you in here, GG. But yeah, another 8.5A late print Mario. So see what that goes for tonight. We're 30 seconds out. Do I ever purchase from Heritage? Dig Bic? Not often, to be completely honest. And I mean, right now I'm in a bit of a liquidity crunch myself where I need to sell stuff more than buy stuff. So in general, I'm not buying much. So when you watch me on these auctions, I won't be buying much. But in general, I don't often buy from Heritage because they are generally pretty expensive. There's a lot of eyes on the auctions. I often try to do my collecting, my buying, my reselling by finding stuff before other people do, not winning open auctions. But I mean, it's perfectly viable to also try and win stuff at open auction because you don't know if it's going to sell below retail either. You know, it's not one thing to say, oh, all Heritage items are overpriced. It's just that there are a lot of eyes on these particular auctions, if that makes sense. The old NA rarity guide was very off. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But I mean, hey, that's what I grew up learning off of, Joseph. So I mean, at least I had something. Yo, what up, Inazuma? Opal, good to see you in here, man. This may be a very basic and ignorant question, but what's stopping someone from printing a box, putting some plastic in it, and shrink wrapping it if the seal integrity is important to the rating of a sealed product? Are there gaming industry standards? How hard would a fake be in theory? A fake would be very hard in theory, Tillman, because you have to not only replicate the seal perfectly, which some people do try to replicate the seal, and you know, there's always tells, I guess is the best way to put it, even if you do replicate the seal well. But then on top of that, if you're doing cardboard, you also have to have a box that has never been opened, because a box will always show signs of wear when it was opened. So even if you replicate the seal perfectly, you also have to have an unopened, perfectly replicated box to go with it, and it's just a lot more difficult than a lot of people give it credit for. It's not a simple process to just take any box and slap a seal on it. Like, you're not fooling anyone. The shitty reproductions aren't fooling anyone that have color saturations issues. You know, people don't give nearly enough credit where credit due on how hard it is to replicate this stuff. Yeah, we got at least 10 minutes here. We got at least 10 minutes. We're just in Atari block. Welcome to the Tuesday. Oh, what do I say? It's been so long. Welcome to the Heritage Live Weekly, everyone. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we watch the market, we watch the auctions, and you have a live chat here. So if there's anything you ever want to ask me, make sure to show up on Tuesday and I can answer it for you. Yeah, Opal, there's actually, we'll just scroll through here. We have an 8.5A here on this. I need to see which print this is, because these are always super interesting. I'm waiting to see a earlier print come up. This is again a 1988. I am waiting to see a 1983 version come up of this game. The 88 print is proving to, you know, have a decent population at least, but the lower versions are yet to come up in the weeklies from what I've seen. Coming out of here, we have a Bomberman 8.0, kind of cool to see. Metal Gear 9.2A, also cool to see. Metroid Classic 9.0A+. Despite it being the Classic series, like, the Metroids aren't that easy to find. Maybe that's just my opinion on it, but you don't see this one nearly as much as you'd think you would for it being a Classic series later release. The big one, obviously the Mario Bros over here, the 8.5A. We also have Princess Tomato, which, if you were ever a full set NES collector or deep in the library, super cool to see a Princess Tomato up. NES Turtles. I'm pretty sure someone in chat was just asking if there was a Ninja Turtles. Here's a 9.0A for you. Also, Tecmo Cup Soccer is really cool to see in factory sealed form. Again, more of a full set NES collector title.
Fair warning.
Turtles in Time, an NFR print right there. Super Mario Land 8.5A+. That's kind of cool. Also a GoldenEye 9.0A+, already at $10,000, which is just insane. If you've been following for a while, I'm sure you remember when the 9.8A++ sold for $20,000 and everyone lost their goddamn mind. Well, here we are now with a 9.0 A plus already at half of that. Crazy inflation. Golden Sun, actually GBA here. Look at this, Golden Sun 9.6 A plus plus, Leaf Green 9.6 A plus, and a decent Sapphire. I'm excited for the Golden Sun actually. Here's the Mario Bros, which will be the first auction we take a peek at here, because I'm always curious to see where these fall.
Fair warning. $55, $65.
And the Mario, I was looking at chat there. I didn't even see what it sold for. $3,120 for the Mario Bros. Atari 2600. Where the hell does that put us here? Most expensive one that we've had for a little bit here? We've been having 7.0, 7.0, 6.5. I might need to get more data here.
Fair warning.
Most recent sales. What have you been seeing? 6.5, 7.0, 7.0, 9.0 A plus right there for 84. 9.2 A sold for 38. 1989, 87. What did we just have? An 87, I thought? Or was it an 88 print? Ugh. Atari is going to be the bane of my life. I think this is an 88 print. Is there an Atari guy in chat?
$300.
Who can talk to me about the 83, 87, 88, and 89 prints on Mario Bros? Someone needs to clue me in on that.
$80.
Am I looking at sealed VHS tapes? Very loosely. Like, I'm following the market, Johnny. I am watching what develops, but I'm not throwing real money into VHS at this time.
Fair warning.
What games do I keep open to play? Knights of Old, I have an entire collection of open stuff. I'm not just sealed. I almost completed a full NES set of cartridges at one point in time. I still have like 300, 400 of them. I almost have a complete N64 set. Yeah, like I focus on sealed collecting and I follow the sealed market very closely, but you know, I'm grassroots collector, came up from cartridges, then did complete in box, then did sealed. So the primary bulk of my collection is still in cartridges and complete in box.
$80. $85. Fair warning.
Yo, what's up, Costa? Thank you for becoming a member, man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
$28.
Greg, glad to see you in here, Gregory. From one Greg to another.
40, 48, 50, 65.
How much costs the plastic box actually? $1? Inventor, if you can find acrylic boxes for $1, I will buy all of them. So let me know.
$320.
Do I collect games from any consoles? Almost. I almost do collect from any console, yeah. There are certain ones that I don't bother with, but almost all consoles, yeah.
$360. Fair warning. $380.
I don't know if I'm lagging or if the whole stream is lagging. I hope my whole thing isn't lagging.
Fair warning. $400. $420.
Are you guys lagging or am I just lagging?
Fair warning. $22. $28.
A few sputters, a few sputters. Okay, okay. No, it looks like we're good all overall.
Fair warning. 30, 40, $44, $48, $55.
Do I think that other languages could see similar growth to English boxes? That's part of the market gets priced out, and some of the same English boxes. Millennium Vintage, we're actually already seeing some shift over to the Japanese market. So, I mean, at this point, I think there is a lot of speculation in it. Because of what you said, that people think it will follow the English market. So be warned that there might not be as much organic demand there. But yeah, no, it's a fair, logical argument.
75.
A lot of Japanese games are really, really cool. I don't, you know, they're cool. I'll agree with you. A lot of Japanese games are really cool. Still alive. Thank you for the $5, man. Much appreciated. Found your channel after seeing the Carl Jobst video. Do you think WATA will ever release those population reports? I absolutely do still alive. Yes, WATA will release them at some point. I do not know if we're talking 6 months from now. I do not know if we're talking a year from now. But we will undoubtedly get them at some point. I am extremely confident on that. But I'm not extremely confident on a timeline.
$46.
What game, Bogo? What game did you want to try and get? I actually don't collect Master System Leart. That's one system I do not collect for. No nostalgia, and I don't think I own any games for it.
$70.
Maybe one or two, but I never got into Master System.
Fair warning. 70.
No, Rick didn't miss anything so far. All we missed was an Atari 2600 Mario Bros. 8.5A sold for $3,300? Somewhere in there.
$90. $95. $100.
What would I consider the first console that was not a PC? Isn't the Magnavox Odyssey generally considered to be the first in like 1977, I think? Isn't that the one that kind of holds the title of first home console? That's probably the direction I would go, as I don't really count any of those like standalone Pong machines to be home consoles. So, yo, Yusuf, I was in Jasper. Lagging about 30 seconds on my end? Good God.
Fair warning. $95.
You like collecting Japanese games as pre-PS1, most aren't sealed, so cheaper. What's your opinion on them and their future collectability? Knights of Old, what I've seen a lot of people doing though is going after ones that have never been opened. So, you know, yes, they weren't sealed, but VGA can still authenticate them as unopened, so you can still get standard seal grading. So actual unopened copies are the ones that are going to see massive, you know, if you want to go an investment route, try to get actual unopened copies. If you're going for opened copies, I don't know enough about actual supply of how many there are out there, so I can't really give you a good comment on something like that.
$80. $120.
Do I think WATA can be sued for not releasing population reports? No, I don't think they can at all. I don't think they have any actual obligation to do that in any way. Digbic Rex, it is incredibly hard for me to display any of my collection. Most of it is just in boxes, unfortunately. I don't have the space.
$34.
So, when that bubble going to pop? Carl Jobst is savage for that takedown. He went straight to Bowser level. Yeah, Carl let him have it. He did, so.
$60. $70.
I mean, hey, Carl's open to doing what he does. That's how free markets work.
$5. $80. $85.
Trash tier is the Master System trash tier, Leart. Is that what the one you're saying? You're hyped for the certified link auction? It's super stacked, plus I have a couple things in there. When is the next certified link auction there, Costa? I know the golden auction is coming up right away here. So, that's on Saturday, I think. We're going to cover the golden auction as well, if you want to tune in for that. I'm going to put up a little preview video in the next couple days, and then Saturday night, I believe the golden auction ends, where we have another 9.8 A++ Mario 64, we have a VGA 95 Mario 64, we have a Sonic 1, there's going to be tons of six-figure sales, we might see $1 million sale. It's going to be fucking insane. So if you want to follow in for that, this Saturday, I think it's 10 p.m. Eastern time, the auctions start ending, so I'll let you guys know when I'm going on. Oh, the Odyssey is trash tier. The Odyssey.
Fair warning.
Or the Odyssey is the first home console. That's probably what you mean, Leart.
$55. $60.
Have I missed any big sale? Chat's getting faster and faster every week we do this here, so I'm missing more of the big sales. Or potential big sales. Miss Pac-Man, pole position, River Raid, Space Invaders, 480, 9.6 A++. That's about it for those. If you guys are new here, Atari is the one thing I really can't comment on because I just really don't know the market or the supply of items. Greg, the SNES game I want is Sunset Riders. Oh, shit. Yeah, BOGO, you're probably even going to be paying more than $5,000 for it. That's a very sought-after Super Nintendo game, even complete in box. If you're chasing after a sealed one, man, good luck. Is WATA ever going to hire more people? Ryan, you hope so, right? You hope so. Once that Collector's Universe PSA money comes in, WATA really should be able to expand operations and improve operations. But, I mean, that might still be a year away until we start seeing, like, the really good effects of the more money.
$85.
Have I seen Mario Sunshine for $2K? Now bidding GameCube games are about to be $10K, plus every classic game by month. Evelyn, I don't know if we're going to get to $10K on those anytime soon, unless, like, pure perfect copies, maybe, but once you get into GameCube, PS2 and stuff, supply of those games does go up a lot. So just keep that in mind. Ceilings will be reached a lot quicker on titles like that. Just sold Ocarina of WATA 6.5 for $3,200 that I bought for $2,000. Figured in low grade it's not worth keeping. Let us jump. Nothing wrong with cashing out that. You obviously made yourself some nice money there. If you don't think it's worth keeping, I agree. Take the money and go. No reason to hold on to it if it doesn't mean much to you.
Fair warning.
Yep, very good point, Joseph, on that as well.
$28. $36.
Never opened is too iffy for me. Yahoo Auctions is already full of fraud. Yep, that's what makes it very, very tough, Knights of Old. It's why I personally don't partake in the market at all or know much about it. I would still need to learn how to even use Yahoo Auctions or any other of those Japanese import sites to look at the Japanese market. So, Excite Bike sealed, black label, and graded is gold.
$70.
Where, Loki? What are you talking about for the Excite Bike there?
Fair warning.
Yeah, VHS is getting wild, Evelyn. I've been watching that take place. Like I said, I'm not throwing money in there, but I've been seeing that it's getting insane.
Fair warning.
Loved your video with Carl, by the way. Thanks, Liard. I appreciate it, man. I know you don't obviously agree with everything I say, but I'm glad that you found that one good. Yeah, the creases don't lie on Japanese unopened boxes or even on any unboxes. Yo, Distributors Limited. Philatelic? Philatelic Distributors Limited, $20 donation. Thank you, man. Seriously, much appreciated. You do not have to do that. Do not feel obliged to in any way. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
$80.
Yeah, still alive. Carl is going to make another video on WATA and Heritage and everything. He has another one planned for that. Certified is on this Thursday. Fuck. There's so much taking place, Costa. My God, I can't keep up. It's honestly insane. You know, that's what I worry about. People talk about a bubble crash and stuff. I just worry about, like, oversaturation of games in general. Because all of this stuff is being sold at open auction. Meaning there has to be a buyer and a, like, you know what I mean? If it was all buy it now listings, prices will just sit wherever they sit because people don't sell. But when it's open auctions over and over and over again, market saturation can happen because at the end of the day, there will be a sale price and they could trend lower if demand wanes. Not even because of a bubble crash or anything, just because the buyers run out of money. That's more so where I'm worried about any kind of crash or something. But, I mean, so far the market's been incredibly strong in absorbing this many games, but shit. I don't know. It's a lot of auctions. A lot of auctions.
Fair warning.
Hello from PEI. I've been tuning into the last few streams. Figured to say hello. Yo, welcome, Brad. Good to have you in here, man. I don't think I know anyone from over in PEI, so cool to see that that's where you're from. I've never been out there myself.
$5. Fair $95. Fair warning.
Do I have any GameCube game heat? Kind of. Not super high grades, but I have a Sunshine, I have a Luigi's Mansion, I have a Go-Go Hypergrind, and a few other ones. I have some good GameCube games, but not in super high grades. Just in the VGA 85, 90 range. Nothing like 95, 95 plus. But some good titles, yeah.
Fair warning. 200.
Sonic 500K? That Sonic, honest to God, could push $1 million. The Sonic at Golden Auctions, that could push $1 million, which is pretty insane.
Fair warning.
Do I think the Vectrex will get a market? The Vectrex is expensive now? No way. As if. Still alive. I sold my Vectrex and all of my Vectrex games probably 2 years ago now, because I was like, man, why am I holding on to this stuff?
Fair warning.
I had a functioning console and some cartridges, right? Like 6 or 7 cartridges. Sold it all for, I think, 150, 200 bucks. Crazy to hear that the market's heating up for Vectrex. Crazy.
$400.
Phil 2, am I looking to bid tonight? I will not be bidding tonight, no. And here's the first NES lot. So this is where the auction begins.
$440.
Bomberman 8.0 A+, oval seal, late print Bomberman. There is one with a circle seal on it, so. But I mean, it's still really cool to see Bomberman in general, not a common sealed game on NES at all.
$500. Fair warning.
Yeah, Frost, I lift. I lift almost every single day, actually.
$140.
576 for the Bomberman. I just want to see if they have sold an earlier print and what it did go for. 9.6A round sold for 3,300. 9.2A round 1,300. Just not that expensive on Bomberman, all things considered. 576 for this one.
Fair warning.
Just a pretty affordable NES game for a title like Bomberman. I'm a little bit surprised, honestly.
$150.
No, I haven't heard any update on with Cool Trainer Ryan Matt. If you go follow him on Instagram and his YouTube, I'm absolutely positive that he will update you guys on that.
$100.
Yeah, much appreciated, Philatelic. Philatelic. Much appreciated, Ben.
$220. $240.
You found Pokemon Pinball 2003 for GBA sealed with no noticeable flaws in an attic. Sent to VGA. Nice, man. Great find. Great find to just find that in an attic.
Fair warning.
You had an offer for first release of The Predator on VHS 1000. Yeah, I would turn that down as well right now, Johnny Ultimate. You know, first prints of very notable VHS seem to be selling for BOGO dollars. So I would, if I had any right now, if I was holding really good VHS tapes, I would simply take a wait and see approach right now. I would not be selling yet into this market.
$240. Fair warning. $700. $850.
Really don't understand how difficult it is to remade the plastic case, the sealed. Wasn't it made with a machine? Just do it again. There's a lot more to it, Rodrigo. I'm going to make a video soon talking about factory seals and how it works, and so that you can have a better idea of it, but there's a lot more to it than simply, oh, we can just replicate it. They would have been replicated years ago if it was truly that easy.
$1,800.
Here's Metal Gear 9.2A. I would love to get a Metal Gear in my collection at some point of time.
$1,900.
And we're going to look at the comps on this as well. After the Metroid sells as well here. Because yeah, Metal Gear is just fucking cool. I would probably rather own the PS1 version, to be completely honest, but I mean, the NES version will always have a special place as well.
$2,800. Fair warning. $3,000. Fair warning. $3,200.
I feel like this Metal Gear here is going pretty strong for a 9.2A.
Fair warning.
We'll look at comps in just a second here.
$1,000.
I mean, $3,600 for Metal Gear. 9.0A plus on the Classic Series Metroid.
1,700.
Which, I mean, as much as I love the original Metroid cover, this cover's fucking awesome. Like, this one just, it's nicer, it displays nicer. This is such a better cover than the original one. If you don't agree, you're wrong.
1,000.
That's a hill I'm gonna die on.
Fair warning. $420. $600.
This is just a complete in-box mid-production of Tyson here with Rev A, so I'm gonna go ahead and look at comps here on Metal Gear, and then we'll do the Samus. Or the Metroid. I always call it Samus. I call it Samus because I play Smash, so I always just refer to it as Samus. 7.5A. 7.5A, 2,600. Oh my lord. Why?
$60.
I can't believe how much the 7.5A like did shitty after this one for 2,600. So the 9.8A plus is at 2,800, $1,000 for the 8.0A. Then we're back in November and we're just too far. This actually comes up for auction less than I anticipated. I thought more Metal Gears have sold at Heritage, to be completely honest. Interesting. Interesting price point on that.
$500.
Let's check out the Metroid here. I don't know if they've offered any classic series before. 9.4A. This is a 9.0A plus for half the price. Holy shit. I'm a bit surprised by that. 9.4A for 4,800 versus 9.0A plus for half the price.
$800. $900.
I mean, I would say this one was a deal.
1,100. 1,200. 1,000.
Back in July 2020, a 9.2A sold for 1,400. Yeah, this kind of undersold based on all comps. Interesting. Something's blowing up over here. 1942. Now, interesting enough, I didn't look at this that closely because I saw it wasn't a hang tab version, but I guess I shouldn't be sleeping on 1942. Yeah, not a hang tab version, but like early Capcom. Early Capcom game. The Tyson sold for 660, which I think is too much, and Muppets for 576. And the thing is with 1942 here, right, I'm saying it's not a hang tab version, but the truth of the matter is you won't get any sealed 1942, so you kind of take what you get. 4,000 for the 8.5A plus. Let's see if this has any comps as well. Yeah, there you go. All they've sold is another later production back in March 8th, 2020.
$380.
Yeah, you get what you can get with games like 1942. Just is what it is.
$460.
Yo, Big Dick Rex, PP Poo Poo. Appreciate the $5, man. Sorry it took me so long to get to it. Have I ever seen Zen Intergalactic Ninja sealed for sale? Not in a long time, brosum. It's been a long time since I've seen a sealed Zen. Yo, Paul, what game are you bidding on? Games are you bidding on? Here's Princess Tomato. It's sun faded to shit, unfortunately, which is probably the 7.0A. Yeah, fading on box. You can just see it. Still, finding a factory sealed Princess Tomato is just kind of impossible. This is another one. Someone just asked about Zen Intergalactic Ninja. Like Princess Tomato, Zen Ninja, those types of games, you just don't see them. And I mean, yeah, they do appeal to a far, far, far more niche crowd than something like Mario Bros. But if you want to go down like a deep collector's path of games, Princess Tomato is pretty fucking cool. I'm sure a lot of people have no idea what this even is. You know, like what'd that sell for? $900 for a sealed Princess Tomato? That's just, you know, it's worth. That's absolutely worth the $900. Just is. 8.0 Rad Racer. Early print. Not the earliest print, but an early print. The earliest print, if you guys don't know with Rad Racer, has daytime screenshots on the back. I'll show you in just a second here. But cool to see Rad Racer coming up as well.
$1,800. Fair warning. $1,900.
Sofa Surfer, everyone just got sick of you because you wouldn't shut up about it. I honestly didn't hate what you were saying about Japanese games. I just hated how you were saying it.
Fair warning.
Glad to see you're in the chat, man. And honestly, I'm happy for you that the Japanese games are taking off.
Fair warning.
Rad Racer there, finishing for 2,600 bucks. And here, I'll just show you the screenshots quick, On the first print version, this screenshot right here will be daytime. See how this is daytime, nighttime, daytime? This one will be daytime on the earliest print. So that's how you can differentiate the earliest print of Rad Racer. This is a Rev A version. I'm pretty sure there's a non-Rev A version also with nighttime screenshots on the back, but don't quote me on that. There's a lot of prints on Rad Racer. So, but really cool to see. And are there comps on this? Oval Seal selling for 66, 9.28 oval for 28. Nighttime right there, 9.28 for 4,500. This one just sold for 2,600 in 8.0A. 8.0B. Okay, this is actually pretty low grade.
$19,000.
This is a no. Okay, so there is a no Rev A dark screenshot. That's what I was just talking about. There is one. But decent sale, all things considered. It's hard to say once you get into these lower grades. It's hard to do perfect comps. And here's the Mario Bros. 8.5A, late print. Late print Mario Bros is not going to be nearly as rare as early print Mario Bros, which people have to get through their fucking heads at some point. But still Mario Bros, and it's still going to sell for tens of thousands every time it comes up.
Fair warning.
Title marks the first appearance of Bowser. $31,000 to the Mario. So the 9.4A is a $100,000 game. 9.2B plus is $39,000. 9.6A plus $144,000. 8.0B plus $22,000. The amount of variance based on grade with this is fucking insane. So this is 31,200, right? 8.5A. You can see that if you take that 8.5 and go up 1, 2, 3 tiers on the grading scale, the price triples. I don't know if that's justifiable, to be completely honest. I don't know if this is cheap, that's high. It's just... it's just an insane multiplier going up by 0.2 intervals there, or just moving up by a single scale on the grade. Insane. Insane how much the price moves.
400, 500, 500, 600.
A lot of VGA 95 Switch games on Certified, even some rare, less known games. Any thoughts about it? Damco, I still need to go look at the offerings, but if you can get a VGA 95 Switch game for not much above the cost of grading it, buy every one of them. You know, if the VGA 95 Switch games sell for, say, 200 to 300 bucks, you can take a shot at that price. There's very little downside there. Yo, Gamer's Manual, appreciate it, man.
$220, $280.
Here's the Tecmo Cup Soccer too. Fuck, I'm falling so behind on chat. Sorry guys. There's a few interesting NES games here. And NES and N64 are the two consoles I specialize in the most.
$380.
What have I been collecting for recently? J-Rob, not a whole lot. I've been buying some cheap Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards right now. That's what I've been collecting right now, so.
Fair warning. $3,800, $6,000.
The Tecmo Cup Soccer 8.5B for $480. Oh, fuck, that's so low. That's insane. Complete in box copies are going to cost you like $200-300 bucks for a nice one.
$700.
I know it's only an 8.5B, but you know, that's crazy to see. It's crazy to see how little a game like that has appreciated with everything else. So, yo, Turtles here is sitting at a 9.0A for $6,600, and Tecmo Cup Soccer is like selling for less than it sold for back in 2016. Fucking insane. What does the Turtles have comps for here? 9,600 for a 9.2A plus. This is 6,600 for a 9.0A. That makes more sense.
$10, $130. $30.
You know, that makes more sense, that you go up about 30% on the scale by dropping the grade by a bit.
Fair warning.
Or, sorry, 3,000, I guess 50%. Not doubling with each interval, but still a strong sale there on turtles. I'm baffled every time I see turtles sell.
Fair warning.
It's not one that I don't care about turtles at all, so when that one exploded, I was just like, what the fuck?
$480.
Yo, thank you, Carlos Cruz. I appreciate it. Frost, I was never on Clubhouse, actually. Or you might be talking about someone else.
$550. $650.
I appreciate it, Leart. I appreciate the sentiment, man. Yo, what up, Rare Deal Guardian Gaming? I'm catching up on chat here. You guys can watch the NFR Turtles cart.
$700.
How hard is sticker residue on a seal to get off? I have Killer D on a seal 2K10, but it's got sticker damage. Extremely easy, Jax Peter. Normal sticker residue, you don't have to care at all. It'll wipe off in almost 99.99% of instances. Sticker residue itself is not an issue. You don't need to be afraid of that.
$1,100.
This is a 9.8 A++ here of WrestleMania the arcade game. And this is, again, that sports crossover appeal. I mean, I fucking love wrestling myself as well. I would love to own this, but 9.8 A++. It's always gonna bring a premium.
Fair warning.
Really cool cover too.
$2,000. Fair warning. $2,200.
What's my advice to people who are still alive? Thank you for the $10 donation, man. Greatly appreciated. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you here. What's your advice to people who are game collecting because they're passionate about games but can't afford the high prices right now? Should we wait until the market crash or corrects itself? Still alive, this is such a tough question of 2,600 there on the WrestleMania. It's such a tough question as if people should wait, right? Because a lot of the people who are saying they are priced out are the same people saying that it's all in a bubble, it's all going to crash. So if you truly do believe that, if you truly do believe the market's going to crash, everything's going to deflate, then of course these people should wait, right? But there's no guarantee that that is going to be what happens. Certain things, certain games, certain segments of the market will deflate. We're already seeing with Pokemon games, right? Since the big COVID boom, Pokemon games are coming down. Very popular GameCube titles are coming down. Complete in box versions. So I think with the complete in box market, people could probably wait if they are looking to purchase, you know, some of the most popular games for the systems. There's always going to be supply of them. But there's no guarantee on stuff like that. So long as you're properly budgeting, if you're properly, you know, being responsible, I don't see an issue with just kind of buying a game here and there, buying another game next month, and just averaging your way through. Long answer, but it's a good question. The Super Mario Land, $4,300. I do want to check comps on this one too.
$600.
What is this? A yellow screenshot later print here, I assume? $4,300, 8.5 A+. Green screenshots, yellow screenshots, 9.2 A+. 8.5 A+, unless there's another difference here. Large warranty, $16,000 for this one, 9.2 A+, 4,300 for this one. I would venture to say this person overpaid. This feels like a deal. Looking at those two comps.
$30.
We had the Oracle of Ages, $720 or 9.0 A+, really? Why does that feel so soft? Because this is the foil print, right? I guess 8.5 A+, 870. 9.0 A+, 432. 720, like, fuck, I can't argue that.
$60.
Factory sealed Zelda game in nice condition? Seems like a solid price to me. Are you kidding me? Sell! VHS will be worthless soon. The only people around to buy them won't even know what a VHS is.
Fair warning.
Duketerful, there is going to be some short-term massive speculation, in my opinion, that you can probably sell into. I don't like VHS for a long-term play or hold, but watching it develop and go on, it's interesting. It's interesting.
$190.
You went with the Japanese MSX version, the true first appearance? Very fair. Yo, Admiral! Can't believe you're in here, man. Can't wait until the Discord's renamed to Admiral and Friends.
$11,000.
Here's another huge one I was talking about at the very beginning, the GoldenEye 9.0A+.
Fair warning.
I'm surprised to see how much GoldenEye is worth. I'm surprised by most N64 games at this point in time. $12,600 for a 9.0A+ GoldenEye. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, price points I never thought we would get to, or, you know, at least I thought it would take years and years. This is the Player's Choice GoldenEye 9.6A++, much higher grade, but
$600.
interesting here that they're saying they sold a Player's Choice back in July for more than 9,000 with this same grade. No fucking shot does this get close to 9,000 again. No shot.
$3,400. Fair warning. $280.
So 3,800, yeah. The person who paid 9K, I have to assume that was in a signature auction. The signature auctions always go wild. It wasn't. Wasn't even in a signature. Holy shit. You know, this is what mad speculative markets do. That's what happens.
Fair warning.
You got to be careful, no matter what you're buying.
$20.
You know, people call it a bubble, people call it crashing, but we're in such an immature market that there are no established prices. So, like, just be careful. 9.4A++ sold for 22,000. So, I mean, 9.0A plus 12,000. That's just where GoldenEye is now. If you want a GoldenEye, you're going to be paying out your ass for it. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Not a game that ever meant anything to me. I have no nostalgia for GoldenEye. I know, crazy.
$1,100. $1,300. $1,500. $1,600. $1,700. Fair warning.
The Golden Sun, the 9.6A+, sold for $1,920. And I do want to see if there's any comps on Golden Sun as well. $1,000 for a 9.0A+ back in July. That was at the signature too. Interesting. So 9.6A+. Interesting, hey? This person here got their shot at the signature and did kind of shitty, all things considered. And this person kind of gets shafted and gets put in a weekly with the 9.6A++. Yeah, it's just kind of funny how that works out. Leaf green version 9.6A+. I'm also kind of surprised this is just in a weekly. Honestly, it feels like something that could be in a signature.
$4,800.
9.0 is equivalent to VGA 80, which is a terrible grade. 80's not terrible. 80's not terrible.
Fair warning.
Liard Lee, if someone were to auction 10 copies of Mario Bros. In one day, there would be people out there to create floors on it. So the price wouldn't plummet. The absolute worst thing is you would see. The absolute worst thing you would see is people would create a floor and they would sell for that floor price. There are too many people with too much money to let something like that happen. And that's just the reality of it. $5,700 for the leaf green.
Fair warning.
9.6A+, 9.6A++ sold for $7,200 back in April. This one sold for $5,700, one plus short.
Fair warning.
In Japan, Philippines. I know there's a variant of these, but I'm not a fucking Pokemon expert. Made in Japan, Philippines, printed E, wireless adapter. I think it's the exact same version. I know Adam is going to kill me after if I get this wrong, so. But it just shows, right, how I was talking. Like, Pokemon games have cooled off from their highs. They just have. Sapphire 1500 9.0A.
$90.
Right? That's getting affordable.
$100.
That's not even that insane anymore if you want to pick up a Sapphire.
$20. $130.
How many millions of copies do you think were made of Super Mario Bros. Considering 61 million NES consoles were sold? Duke-derful, lots.
$55. $70.
Doom Candy. Good to have you in here, man.
Fair warning.
Oh, where did I just lose? I just lost chat.
$420.
Holy fuck, am I behind?
Fair warning. $400, $500, $600, $800, $900, $1,000, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400.
Oh shit, there's a melee. I'm trying to get caught up on you guys, but this auction's also pretty crazy. Melee 9.4A. I love melee personally. And you know, this is the type of copy I'm gonna buy at some point in my life. You know, the thing is, everyone focuses on the high grade 9.8A++ shit when we talk about headlines and we talk about games. But if you just reduce the grade, if you just come down to buying like a shittier copy, the price drops dramatically. And I don't know if people actually realize that. But you know, $1,500 for a melee, it's not god awful. It's not terrible. A 9.4A is going to present not bad. I mean, let's be honest, right? An A seal rating, not great, but...
Fair warning.
9.6A plus here on the Zelda as well, which that felt like a soft sale as well. I'm going to check comps on this one as well here. $1,000 for this. 9.6A plus, I think we've seen before. Oh, never mind. 528 back in January. 9.8A plus, July 13th. This is fine. That's a fine sale.
$700.
Nothing too much there.
$800. $900.
Sorry, H2, I missed it. I wasn't able to get
$1,000. Fair warning. 1,000.
Yeah, I don't care about Turtles, Admiral.
Fair warning.
Yo, Undamned, I appreciate you hate watching, man. I gotta get the hate watchers in here.
$400. $440. $480.
Not really sports, wrestling is different. Doom Candy.
Fair warning.
Wrestling is a sport, man. Wrestling is sport. If the only thing that isn't happening is, I guess, like real-time competition, but wrestlers are fucking athletes, man.
$200.
Here's Wario World 2, 9.6A plus. Kinda crushing? Have we seen Wario World at Heritage before? I feel like Wario World is a big-time underappreciated GameCube game. Not that it's a great game by any means. I'm not saying it's a great game, but it's pretty cool.
$1,100.
Did it say first time here? First copy they've offered, so $1,300 for Wario World.
$1,200.
It's a matter of time. I will find the same WATA acrylic boxes from their source in China. Go get them, inventor. Yep.
$480.
Did I see Halo Xbox Day? It sold for over $4,800. Was $800 last year. Which one, Doom Candy? Where? On eBay or Mario Galaxy 9.6A plus $1,380? You know, I'm always baffled at Mario Galaxies as well. I was not on the train of these appreciating in value. I remember there was someone on Instagram claiming that this game was going to be $1,000 soon, and I was like, oh fuck no, it's not. And I was wrong on this one. 9.6A plus is $1,300, and 9.8A plus would just blow up. It's crazy to see. Here's Brawl. There's a lot of variants of Brawl too. I don't know them off the top of my head. I don't know if the Wi-Fi logo ones are early or late print, but $1,000 for Brawl as well. It's crazy seeing Wii games sell for $1,000. It just is. It's crazy to me.
Fair warning. $300.
What do I think about the crazy VHS prices? Not for me, Trace Hunter, but I'm watching. But it's not for me.
$320.
The sealed Resident Evil long box, that's going up in the next signature auction, right, Sofa Surfer? I believe. I mean, we should see $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 of value on it, which is insane.
$3. $24.
Yeah, way over 50,000, Doom. Way over 50,000. That's a six-figure item no matter what. Can I please explain the not for resale variant of Turtles 4? I saw this and got super excited about this cart, but not sure if it's not for resale. Not for resale version is a demo kiosk version in the Super Nintendo world. So that would have been a demo cartridge that was used in stores or kiosks, and then they are supposed to be destroyed afterwards. So the ones that you do see are ones that just leaked out to the market. I don't know if it's a full game there or if it's a demo version of the game. I'm not super knowledgeable on what each NFR cart has on it, but that's what they are.
$44. Fair warning. $48. $55. $65.
Appreciate you popping in, Doom Candy.
$70.
The chat hasn't been huge, so I don't blame people for asking me on a lot of questions.
Fair warning.
The chat is, this is the busiest chat has ever been, so.
Fair warning.
Do I have preference to a game versus the player's choice? I will always buy Black Label, original print, whatever I can versus player's choice. Always.
$95.
Pop reports will destroy GoldenEye. I think it might lower the value, yes. I don't think GoldenEye is going to be a rare game once Pop reports come out. But it's a game that's going to be propped by insane demand, so I don't even know if it'll matter. That's the thing too, right? Even if these Pop reports come out, right, and GoldenEye isn't a rare game. I don't think most people are going to fight you on that. But if we still have 500 people who want to buy 200 copies, the same shit's going to occur if we had 100 people who want 50 copies. So it's a really, really hard thing to gauge that. I hate trying to predict demand, which is why I often try to go with low supply instead of high supply. The supply side's easier to anticipate.
Fair warning. $260. $300. $320.
Link to the Past, Player's Choice is a nice cover. Agreed completely, Ryan. The Player's Choice Link to the Past is actually beautiful.
Fair warning. $380. $400. Fair warning. $55. $75.
You think the difference between video games and VHS is that there's tons of good games, really only a handful of good movies from the 80s and 90s, going to be very different markets. The market is absolute insanity right now, Johnny, with VHS. Everyone is just guessing and buying shit at will. So if you enjoy a mass, speculative, crazy market, go throw money in VHS and pray. You know, you might hit it in the short term there, you might get fucked. It's really hard.
Fair warning.
Yeah, exactly. Leart Lee, I'm glad you bring that up. Everyone who's quoting the sales volume of 41 million Super Mario Bros. Kart, there's literally a cross sitting beside that number on Wikipedia because it was a fucking pack-in game. So that is just getting away from the whole point that people are clueless on the actual supply of sealed Mario Bros. They're not even quoting a normal number for when we're considering boxed Mario Bros. I'm glad you bring that up, Leart Lee.
$750. $850.
Check out the latest sell on a sealed Halo Xbox, 4,800. I don't know what you mean by 4,800 for a sealed Xbox Halo. That's cheap as hell. I need more context. 4,800 for a Halo is cheap. That's super cheap. I don't know why that guy didn't remove the sticker on Melee either. I have no idea.
Fair warning. $1,300. Fair warning.
The Wind Waker went for pretty cheap. It seems like a lot of those are just hanging out in that 1,200 range, unless you're getting into 9.88 plus, though.
$180.
$1,400 there is a Batman 6-pack of 24-pack of Jerry Rice and Nidus Football. One of my favorite meme games by far. 30 copies of Zombie U on Wii U selling for $204. That's $6 and what, 70 cents per piece there, roughly?
$380.
That's insane.
400.
That's insane.
Fair warning. $440.
You remember liking Wario World as a kid? If I go back and play it now, my mind wage. Yeah, Opal, Wario World isn't a great game. It's absolutely a game that I would say is really fun for people aged 6 to 10. Really good game for someone in that age range, but if you go back and play it now, you're going to be like, shit, this is pretty dry. Yeah. Yeah, Leart, there's going to be a lot of sealed Wii games. There's going to be a lot of them. You know, that's a thing where as time passes and more get graded and more come out, there's going to be a lot of them. This is insane to see Golden Axe the Duel 9.88+. I just like the Golden Axe franchise. I grew up playing Golden Axe. This is not an easy game to find.
$600.
And you're going to see that Sega Saturn simply gets no love. Really cool game, though.
$700, $800, $850, $900, $1,000. Fair warning. $1,100.
Wi-Fi logo late print. Okay, that's... Thank you. Thank you on that. Pretty sure you eBayed away a sealed Mario Galaxy for $25 last year. Golden Axe the Duel, $1,200. I don't know. I just, for a 9.88+, any Sega Saturn game is fucking difficult. Golden Axe the Duel, I think, is one of the cooler Sega Saturn games. There aren't a ton of great games on the system. Maybe Sega Saturn fans will greatly disagree with that take, but $1,200 just doesn't seem that high.
Fair warning.
Galaxy selling for more than Princess Tomato. That's a tragedy and a crime against video games. What a funny world we live in, hey Cal Rock? Who would have anticipated 5 years ago? Does Heritage charge instantly after winning an auction? You'll get an invoice in like 3 days or so. 48 hours I meant to say.
Fair warning.
Yeah, PS1 long box games have absolutely been booming. It might be people excited for the Heritage Signature, which has a lot of PS1 long box.
Fair warning. $200, $220, $240, $260.
Looks like the market is correcting itself in a lot of games. Yeah, we're slowly losing that euphoria boom, I think. Slowly losing that euphoria boom of speculation. There's just more games coming out. Like I said, right, market saturation is occurring more. You're still going to see these huge fucking booms, though, in actual rare, actual high-grade games. But, you know, when we see games coming out here like Three Dirty Dwarves and Loaded and Wayne's World and Dragon's Revenge, you just get into these lower-tier games where, you know, you might see one really strong sale on them, but you're not going to see them continually sell high. You know, like Smash Bros. Galaxy, these GameCube games, even in 9.6 condition, there's going to be a decent number of them. So there are built-in ceilings to this. Everything can't just keep doubling and tripling continuously, forever. Continuously.
Fair warning.
VGA is releasing their pop reports. WATA's numbers are going to be so much higher.
$120. Fair warning.
Yeah, even with the error label on Breath of the Wild, I agree. It's not that uncommon. It's not that rare. It's more rare than a not one, obviously, and it has the first print designation, but yeah. It was a 2-controller Breath of the Wild? Okay. Do I prefer WATA or VGA? For my personal collection stuff, I do prefer VGA. I just like the case design way more, but I do prefer the WATA label. And the grading scale, honestly. But like, if I had to choose between having my game in one or the other, I would take a VGA case for personal collection.
$55. 140.
What the hell are we even seeing sell here? Factory case pack of Choo Choo, Phantasy Star, Quake 3, and Space Jam. I feel like we see those almost every week now. Those case packs of those games?
$190. $220. Fair warning. $240. Fair warning.
Just got a response from WATA customer support. WATA speedrun is averaging 75 business days and turbo is 175. Insane.
Fair warning.
Yo, LoJax Peterman. No problem. No problem at all. I mean, at 14 bucks, I mean, there's no downside there, right? Who cares? 14 bucks for a sealed game. If you like it, go for it. 9.8 A plus here on the Crash Team Racing. I know someone in chat was talking about this and watching this one. Pretty big grade on a pretty good title.
Fair warning.
You wouldn't want to pay the shipping price for those zombie used from Heritage. Yeah, seriously. I agree with that. Digimon Rumble Arena 9.8 A++. Really cool. Really cool. UPC Punch promo copy though. If you're someone who cares about that, I guess you'd avoid it, but like, you know, you can get a perfect copy here despite the punch. It's going to sell at a discount compared to one wouldn't sell for. I think the discount is over exaggerated myself. Other people hate the punch. So depends on your own personal opinion of the whole punch. But I love Digimon. And I rented this game as a kid, and it's a pretty fun game, all things considered. As far as Digimon games go, this is one of the more fun ones. Not a lot of the Digimon games are good, unfortunately. And then I want to do price comps on the CTR that sold.
$42. $60.
You know, 600 bucks for the Digimon. I don't know. You guys can sound off if you think that's a good price for Digimon Rumble Arena. 9.6 A++ for $1,300, 9.8 A+ for $1,800. This one sold for $1,320, 9.8 A+. Pretty shitty sale, all things considered. Unless there's something I'm missing, which I don't think there is. Just a pretty soft sale. Pretty soft sale on Crash.
100, 120,
Another one of my favorite meme games. You can't beat Easter Bunny's Big Day.
$140.
What do I think about Need for Speed Underground? WATA 9.8 A+. Original print, very good game to have. Need for Speed Underground is definitely going to be a game that, you know, as we move forward into the future, it's going to have a lot of demand always.
$280, $320.
Easter Bunny selling for 168 bucks. Hopefully someone here picked up that absolute steal.
Fair warning. $340. Fair warning.
You can't bid on CTR. How much were you going to bid, Simon? Were you going to push that CTR? Because it did sell kind of low based on other ones.
Fair warning. $190.
Yeah, Leart. It's not as easy as Rarity, you know? I agree. Sealed Saturn game, 9.8 A+, and even having, you know, Golden Axe the Duel. Like I said, Golden Axe name in the title. It just is what it is.
200.
Yo, Clinton, no problem, man. Three Dirty Dwarves is an amazing game. I knew there had to be some fans.
$140.
In your opinion, prices are up right now on eBay overall. People probably just don't want to buy on Heritage. It's very possible. It's very, very possible that there is some effect by Carl's video and all the information that's been coming out. It's very possible.
$280. Fair warning.
Yeah, Sofa Surfer, I still would not send that game to Heritage. I just wouldn't. I would wait for pop reports on it, or I would just sit on buy it nows on eBay. That's just too risky for Heritage. It's too risky for an open auction, in my opinion.
$130. $140.
Yeah, chat seems to agree with me there. That you're putting up way too much risk taking that to Heritage.
$160.
You never understood how 9.8 Mario games can sell for so much. It means they are case fresh. If there's one in the case, there's at least 5 more. It's never one in the kind. It doesn't necessarily mean that though. 9.88++, yes, you could assume that it might be from a case, but it's not a given, especially if you're talking something like Mario Bros. Especially an early print Mario Bros. It's more an oddity survivor than a case packed fresh game.
$200, $320.
Just bought a Super Smash Bros. Brawl for $150, first print too. Finally, I know I have both original Black Label ESRB and the first print without the Games Awards logo. Nice, Goob Noob, nice. At $150 for that, that's where I want to put in money to at Wii Games. I'm not willing to pay up and, you know, speculate on Wii games, but if I can just buy them cheap and flip them or whatever, I'm fully down for that.
$480.
What's my thoughts on FFX prices right now? Andrew Mincer, I would say they're not insane. From everything I've seen with Final Fantasy X, it's not crazy. I mean, it's not a cheap game for PS2 at all, but, I mean, maybe I'm also biased. I fucking love Final Fantasy X, but I don't think the prices are outrageous, especially if you're not chasing after perfect grade. You can get like a 9.4 A+ for a very, like, a reasonable price. Depends what you think reasonable is. But I don't think the prices are insane. This long box here is actually going strong already. I think it was Doom saying that they're already going strong on eBay. I'm a bit surprised by this bidding action on game day. I don't know the relative rarity of long boxes that well, so keep that in mind. But, I mean, I didn't expect this to go over $1,000 bucks.
$1,300. Fair warning.
Yeah, Doom Candy, I agree with that. We're just seeing a lot of trickle effect. We are seeing a lot of leak where people can't afford the Super Nintendo NES N64 version, and then boom, you have to go to the Wii version or something else. This is going to end up like the Beanie Babies Bubble Pop. Alamist, you should look into the Beanie Baby Bubble more and watch some videos on it so you can understand the fundamentals that led to the Beanie Baby Pop, because you can't really just take that that mindset or that philosophy and just relate it to any kind of bubble market. There are actual fundamentals and reasons that a market like Beanie Babies will pop, and something like video games will never follow that same trajectory. Just watch some videos on it on YouTube. There's a lot of people who have covered the Beanie Baby Bubble Pop in great detail, and it's extremely interesting. But there are fundamental differences that led to that crash that is hard to replicate in a lot of other markets, despite people thinking it's just transferable. You know what I mean? Thinking that it's just one market to the other. Oh, this is just like Beanie Babies. It's not that similar at all, actually.
$140 to $240. Fair warning.
Simons, that's super shitty, man. Super shitty.
Fair warning. $260.
You have about 6 Mario Galaxy sealed and a lot more on 2. I don't believe you have to give them your social security number, no. I don't believe I provided Heritage that information when I signed up.
$300.
With enough peer pressure, you'll buy a case of 30 Zombie U? I need to buy a couple cases of them and fill a fucking bathtub. That's what I need to do with 30 copies of Zombie U. That's what video games need to be used for. People are playing them, people are saying they need to be opened and played. Oh no. You need to drown in them. That's their real use.
Fair warning. $190. $220.
Yeah, it is very select Wii games that you should be looking at. I don't know if Wii games are going to have that kind of collector market that other games see.
$420. $440. $480. $550.
Tomb Raider 2 7.0A, only 552. I don't think there was very much, just the game day, which $1,400 is pretty insane. Urgies, I mean, 384 B+ seal rating. Yeah, I guess so. Tomb Raider 2 7.0A, really low grade, 552. WCW Nitro, fucking great wrestling game, $600.
$10. Fair warning. $120.
What makes a game more or less rare within a system? Like, what makes GoldenEye not rare? That's more anecdotal evidence, H2A, of how many there actually are floating around out there. Like, just over the years of how many people see. Because obviously we don't have pop reports, right? So we're functioning off of anecdotal accounts of people's experiences with N64 and stuff. And a game like GoldenEye is just never going to have the low-ass population counts of other games, honestly. It's just always going to have a higher population count. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be common or insane or anything like that, but you're just going to have a higher overall population count. That's all. Common might be an overstatement, obviously. You know, not many sealed games are anything you could call common, but in relativity, less common, more common than other games.
Fair warning. $400. Fair warning.
You have 3 sealed Mario Galaxies? Fuck me, we all have sealed Mario Galaxies. I only have 1 sealed Mario Galaxy. We need to combine our forces here. Apparently we have a whole army of sealed Mario Galaxies. That's insane. How do I feel about Mickey Mouse Sega World of Illusions? I feel great about it, Evelyn. Those are very collectible games. They're seeing great price action. Anywhere I see a Mickey game sell right now, it's selling very strong. Williams Arcade Greatest Hits, 9.2 C+, another long box there for $132, and World Cup Golf, $456. And here's Wu-Tang, which is... Haven't we seen Wu-Tang sell before on PS1? Who are the... What crowd does this appeal to? What crowd does Wu-Tang here appeal to? $1,920. We saw the 9.6A Plus back in July sell for $660. This is the 9.8A Plus sell for 3 times as much. Who is the Wu-Tang game appealing to? Is this like music pop culture? Is this just gaming collectability? Where are we going with this one? I mean, it's a cool game, right? But like, not something I would ever spend a lot of money on.
$80, $90, $95, $100, $120. Fair warning. $130, $140, $170, $190.
Which is why I still urge collection buy if you want the game, not because you're looking to get rich. Which I agree with you, Unicorn. You know, even though this market's extremely risky. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's fucking risky if you're getting into this, especially if you're only getting into this with sights of making money.
$60.
Do I think Player's Choice Greatest Hits versions of games are underpriced right now, or do they deserve the low value in most instances? It's certain ones that are underpriced. I love Player's Choice Greatest Hits games where getting the black label is so out of reach for a majority of people. That's where I think that the Greatest Hits and Player's Choice games really can appreciate. I mean, a lot of them are absolute dirt cheap, but a lot of them are absolutely common as well. Like if you look at Kingdom Hearts, right, Greatest Hits, I think it's like a $15 game. So I mean, as an alternative, as a next best thing, if you don't want to spend, what's a Kingdom Hearts like $2,000 for a black label, you can get a Greatest Hits for $15. Absolutely go that route every time if you just want to like collect the game. Do I think they're going to appreciate or have massive price movement in the future? I don't know. There's a lot of them, and it would take a lot of actual organic collectability or a massive wave of speculation into Greatest Hits to really move them. I don't know. I would only buy them if you want to collect them. Which, if you want to collect them, in a lot of cases, they're pretty frickin' cheap.
$420. Fair warning.
Yo, thanks, Sofa Surfer. I appreciate it, man. No problem. No problem at all. Glad you're hanging out here tonight. Final Fantasy 12 there, that was the Steelbook, 9.6A plus for 480. The Steelbook is, for whatever reason, there's a lot of them. A lot of these remain factory sealed. I don't know why. It's always been a common game. 216 back in October, 168 bucks back in July. $168. 480 now. Yeah, there's just, you know, not all games are super expensive. I personally liked Final Fantasy 12. I know a lot of people hated that one. I didn't think it was a bad game.
$300.
You bought both the Tomb Raider and the WCW. Nice, man. Nice.
Fair warning.
Won the first long box game. That will be worth more for sure. Which one did you win, Doom Candy?
$360.
You don't really care what they cost. You just like them. Great memories playing with them. I don't think they went for terrible prices either. So, I mean, might as well grab them now if you want to get them. There's no guarantee prices will come down. There's no guarantee prices are going to go up. So, if you genuinely want them, I think they're fine prices.
Fair warning. $180. Fair warning.
You have a sealed Galaxy 2? Add it to the pile? The more the merrier. At this point, you guys are making me think I need to go sell mine. How do I feel about Kingdom Hearts? I love the series. So, I mean, hey. I'm probably biased. One issue is that collectors don't want to sell their galaxies, so you'll have less come up. And that's another great point, Doom Candy, is even when we have these higher supplies, people will look at a population count, but a few people have referred to it as a functional population count, where how many are actually going to be available in the market at any given time. How many are locked up in collections that won't be sold for 1, 2, 5 years. So even if the pop count is 300, the realistic amount that you might ever see floating around could be 200. Just because the pop says a certain number doesn't mean we're ever going to see those. We'll never see all 300 copies come to market. It will never happen. So it's something to think about as well. BioShock Infinite, still 264 bucks, going strong.
Fair warning.
And Dragon Ball Z Connect, 9.6A. Did anyone actually play Dragon Ball Z Connect? I remember when it came out, I actually did want to buy it, but I think it reviewed really shitty.
$220.
So I never actually bought it. But did anyone actually play this game? I'd love to hear a first-hand account.
$130. $200.
Promise me you'll watch The Fifth Element this weekend. Seriously, a classic. Ah, Dan. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen, Dan. I don't know if I'm going to get around to watching The Fifth Element. I'll be honest with you. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you on that one. The first Saints Row, 9.6A plus. I have to assume it's a first print Saints Row. I honestly have no idea. Sold for 528 bucks. Saints Row was a super cool game. If you guys didn't play it, it was a GTA clone, but like more zany. Saints Row was a lot of fun.
$180. Fair warning.
You just won't use WATA, so I guess I'll never get 2K, whatever. Lear Lee, just send it to CGC or send it to VGA. You don't have to go through the WATA route.
$220.
Do I think God of War First Print Security Seal will explode in price? I don't know if it's going to explode in price, fresh prints. That's another type of game where I actually do wonder what the pop report will say on it. I think God of War with Security Seal could actually see a pullback once pop reports drop. Because it might not be as rare as people think it is. Games like that scare me much more than cardboard versions of games. I could be completely wrong on that. Don't take my word as gospel there. But I don't... If you're asking me, do I think it will explode? No, I don't. At least not in the short term.
Fair warning. $200.
Should you buy Kingdom Hearts 2 sealed PS2 for $100? If it's in nice condition, J-Rob, yeah. A lot of Kingdom Hearts 2 PS2 are in pretty shit condition. So if you can find a nice one for $100, for sure.
Fair warning. $240.
Yo, Retro Rickman, good to see you in here.
Fair warning.
Let me just say, very cool 9.4A Mario Bros. 3 you have. What do you actually want to do with it, man? I saw your video where, you know, you were torn about it. If you want to sell it, Retro, like purely, right? If you purely want to maximize your sale price on it, I would still go the Heritage route on it. You would get it into a signature auction. There is also a Nintendo Premier auction coming up in December. So you would either get a signature or the Premier auction. And, you know, despite all the shit happening, a game like that will probably still perform its absolute best going through Heritage. That is my honest opinion on it. Whether you want to sell it or not, fully your call, man. I have an 85 plus myself that I'm just holding on to.
Fair warning.
You're going all in on Corey in the House DS before WATA opens DS grading back up. Undamned, you're a visionary, man. You're a visionary. You would tell Phoenix Resale to delete his channel? Fuck.
85.
Fuck.
90.
I saw how much shit Phoenix Resale got on his WATA video. His WATA, would I still use WATA games, I think was his video that Phoenix released. Oh my god, did he get shit on for that.
Fair warning.
Woo! That was bad.
Fair warning. $130. $140.
Roughly 300 sealed Mario Galaxy games have sold or are listed on eBay within the last 3 months. That's about 1,000 sealed Mario Galaxies on eBay alone in a year. Not rare. I agree. I would never call Mario Galaxy on Wii a rare game. I would call it an insanely high demand game. Can that demand sustain? I don't know. Prices are going to go up on a lot of stuff in the 10 years. People will kick themselves in the butt on a lot of stuff. I agree, Doom Candy. I agree. There's going to be a lot of variance in this market. Even you have a sealed Galaxy 2. Gabula, even you have one. Great to hear, man. You're a dirty speculator now, man. This is it, right? Now you're on the road. It starts with owning one, then you send it to WATA, then you send it to Heritage, and then you're just fucking Jim Halpern. That's it. You're on the road, man. And it sucks because you used to be such a nice guy. It really, really sucks.
Fair warning. $75. Fair warning. $80. Fair warning.
Yep, have to go by grade pop count, not just pop count. Most people who don't buy this stuff don't get it, I guess.
55.
Doom Candy, there is a lot of, there's a lack of knowledge. There just is. Even with pop counts, right? It's just, you know, absolute pop is one thing. 9.6 and above pop is a completely different talk. They don't even relate to each other. So, yeah, I agree with you, Doom Candy. I agree.
$90. Fair warning.
CGC label, yeah, H2A, I'm also a little bit worried about the CGC label. I assume their games are going to have it again to stick with that blue type of things, but I wish they would have more of a neutral looking label. I'll still see what CGC offers, obviously, for grading, because I am excited about it. I am going to try them out. So, you know, maybe I can get around the label, maybe I can't. I don't know. I'll see once I have one in hand.
Fair warning. $190.
So do I think rare games like Rule of Rose, Blood Will Tell will explode in prices? Not necessarily, Sammy, because you also need a lot of demand to come in for those games. A game like Rule of Rose will never be as popular as a game like GoldenEye 64. So even though the absolute pop count on something like Rule of Rose will probably be lower, I think, it probably will never explode in price because you always need people who want to buy those games at higher prices. How how many people are going to give a shit about Rule of Rose in the next 5 to 10 years? I don't know. Blood Will Tell, even a less than Rule of Rose. At least Rule of Rose has been super popular for a long time. Blood Will Tell is kind of like a secondary game even to Rule of Rose. It's really hard to say, Sammy. Really hard to say. Why are these garbage grade Pokemans going for so much now? Alma, the secret's out, man. The secret is out. The heritage secret about the low-ass Pokemon cards, it's out.
$95.
That Saints Row you feel like would have done better on eBay rather than Heritage? Yeah, Sean, I was debating that as well. You think we should go with BGA on modern games, or you think we should wait for CGC? I think CGC is going to be the way to go. Jimmy Jackson, it depends how soon you want to... are you selling, right? That's the biggest question. If you're selling, CGC is still going to be probably 8 months to a year before we can submit things. We don't even know if they're going to take modern submissions yet. So it really depends what you're looking to do with the games.
$150. Fair warning.
Any ideas on what a sealed D2 collector's edition would get as at auction? It is as mint as far as I can tell. Achu, I honestly have no idea, man. I have no idea. I would love to get a mint sealed Diablo 2 collector's edition. I kick myself so much. I used to own a sealed one back in like 2015 and it cost me like $400. And I got it in, but the condition on it was kind of shitty. Not even bad, right? It would have been like a VGA 80 plus, which is like pretty damn good condition. But back then there was so much less priority. You really had the mentality of, oh, that's okay, I'll be able to get another one. Oh, that's okay, I'll get a nicer one later. I never got a nicer one. So I sold off that one, and now I do not own a Diablo 2 collector's edition. And what would it sell for now? Thousands, I have to guess. I can't even give you a real number. I just can't. It's an item where if I owned it and I wanted to sell it, I would just put it up for auction. Well, I would first grade it with VGA just to get the authentication, blah, blah, blah. But then I would put it up for open auction.
$60.
What's my prized graded Pokemon card?
Fair warning.
The one that I own or one that I would like to own, Dan?
Fair warning.
Phoenix Resale has done a lot of not great stuff on his channel. His audience is turning on him for his choices. You know, I haven't watched enough Phoenix Resale. I'm newer to his channel. So I am still just watching, and it's weird because he seems like a really nice, genuine guy. I'm surprised how much shit he gets. Just from what I've seen so far. Like I said, I'm newer to the channel, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. But he seems like a really nice guy.
$320. Fair warning.
Milk was a bad choice. No, your select versions does not count. We are a black label only family. If you're throwing them into the pile, black label only. Get that selects version shit out of here.
Fair warning.
You bought the Magneton because why not? That was a shadowless Magneton, right? Yeah, 104 bucks. Why not? I agree. I agree fully. What are these, sevens? Yeah, a couple of sevens for 100 bucks. Man, if you're, like, truthfully, right? The whole Pokemon explosion happened. The whole bubble happened. Everyone was so pissed off about Pokemon prices. If you weren't chasing after, like, high-grade first edition shit, prices weren't that bad. Like, yeah, they went up, but, like, unlimited PSA 8s were still, like, very affordable. Again, if you're chasing after the premium shit, yeah, it was expensive, but, like, you know, 98% of Pokemon cards were still, like, pretty damn affordable. As we're seeing now, right, when you have two first edition 7 holos selling for 100 bucks total, that's 50 bucks a card. I mean, yeah, we're outside of the boom now. Maybe these would have been 200 bucks at the time, but like, man, people were bitching and it just wasn't that bad. It just wasn't that bad.
Fair warning. Fair warning.
Those people he did his most recent video with, cheap find gold mines, are complete trash. They celebrated raiding a person's house who had Jesus Christ, Leart. I know he lowballs, but I mean, like, yeah. He's working on tight margins to begin with. It is funny that he will lowball, you know, like, on video. Because you could just be a nice guy and not lowball, but I mean, fuck.
$1,100.
I would pay the hoarder house a lot more money, just take it all, a lot of stuff in my own collection instead of selling.
Fair warning.
Jim Halperin, really drawn out, could make a nice Leroy Jenkins type of cry for when the auction is really taking off. I'll have to get someone on Fiverr to make me Jim Halperin the exact same way as Leroy Jenkins.
Fair warning.
And then yeah, when we watch the big signatures, we can have Jim Halperin go off. That's actually hilarious.
Fair warning. $190.
Yeah, Alma, I'm worried about how long the golden auctions are gonna go. They start 8 p.m. my time, and I heard that there's an extending
$200.
5 minutes every time a bid is placed. Like, holy shit. I don't know. That auction could drag a long time. A long time. I'm gonna be live for it, but like, I don't know if I should prepare for a 2-hour stream or a 4-hour stream.
Fair warning. $300.
Getting the games wasn't the problem. They just didn't show any compassion for the person whose life was ruined by their disorder. They acted like they were saving the games. Games can't be saved. Interesting. I'll have to go check out the videos, Leart. Like I said, I'm new to that whole world of YouTube. I generally watch like finance and Sean. Finance and reserved investments. But I'm starting to watch more of the gaming channels just to see who's big and who's making content. What other people are saying about WATA, just stuff like that. So this whole hoarder house thing, I know absolutely nothing about. Greg, I bought a Pokemon bundle the other day for $600. Had a mint copy of Pokemon Yellow, Blue, and Gold CIB, mint condition Charizard, at least a PSA 9, and base unlimited. Holy shit, Fuzzy Wuzzy. Wow.
Fair warning.
That is one hell of a bundle, man. Sounds like you made out like a bandit on it, man. Greg, do you know what the difference is between a sealed PS1 no foil versus a sealed PS1 with foil? You'd have to give me a direct example, Simon Space. That is not a variation that means anything on the broad spectrum. I have to assume it's a specific game that has a variant, but there is no such thing as foil versus no foil when talking about factory sealed PS1 games. Unless you mean the security strip at the top? Maybe you mean that, but I'm not sure what you mean, Simon Space.
Fair warning. $110. $120. $130. $140. $160.
Did I not see the gold mine video where they lied to the old man about how much they pay after he said his son-in-law told him about it? Nope.
Fair warning.
Didn't see anything. Didn't see anything about that.
Fair warning.
You just bought a sealed Pokemon Emerald yesterday for around 2K. Seems almost mint apart from a small hole in the seal. No idea how that will affect the value. I mean, at $2,000 for a sealed Emerald, that just sounds cheap as hell. So even if there is a rip, I don't think it's going to matter.
$200. $220.
Super Junk Collector, $5, man. Greatly appreciated. Seriously, I greatly appreciate it, man. CGC's labels make eyes bleed a little bit, but happy for some new competition in the space. Also, feeling good. Picked up Legacy of Goku for GBA tonight. Yes, man, I saw that you said in the chat that you bought it, but then I got distracted. That Legacy of Goku game with the holo foil cover on it, I absolutely love it. I have one myself, of course. I fucking love DBZ. Glad you could pick one up. 480, I think it sold for, because I was keeping track of it in the corner of my eye. Awesome game, cool grade. Glad you could pick one up.
Fair warning.
Golden auctions extending bids is a big yikes for me. Gonna be a marathon? Yeah, man, I think it is. I think it's gonna be It's extended 30 minutes every time someone gets a bid. 30 minutes.
$100.
So what? You're saying there's absolutely no way for me to even stream it?
$10.
But at 30 minutes, there's no chance I can even stream that.
Fair warning.
What the fuck?
Fair warning.
That's insane if it's a 30-minute extension. Also, these weekly auctions are getting way bigger. Am I crazy? Also, PSA 8 Lugia here. Holy shit. Kind of cool to see that. Just hanging out
Fair
here.
warning. $320.
What does this normally end for? What does this go for on eBay, the PSA 8s?
Fair warning.
1,300 bucks seems very, very fair for that. Even a little bit light. Am I crazy? I thought the 7s sell for about 1,000 bucks. So to get the 8 for 1,300, that doesn't seem bad. Yo, what up, Young Punch Man? Good to see you, dude.
$320.
I don't trust their grading system. They are new and being too tough on card grading. It's actually a cheap way for people to get cards out, but you pay the price. Yeah, it's interesting, Goob Noob. With like CGC's card grading, right? The 10 is literally impossible. And I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot in that way. Like, you know, whether or not PSA should do it, I think a lot of people love that PSA does give out a 10. Right? I want the PSA 10. That's fucking awesome. A 9.5 versus a 10. Even though it is, right, they're probably the same card, but at that point with label reading, people just want the 10. They don't want a 9.5. So even if CGC 9.5 is a perfect card, you're just never going to get the same kind of audience.
$40.
You're not going to get the same kind of demand. That Lugia is around market? Okay. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was cheap or not. I've been following the price of that Lugia for the 9. Because I would love to get one. Because, I mean, obviously I'm never going to buy a 10. So.
$70. $80. $90.
It's a CTR 9.8 seal grade A, but it says no foil on the label, whilst HA, all CTRs say foil. From the pictures, it looks like it has a security tag. The foil on that Simon Space should be actual, you should be able to see the difference. The later printing of CTR, in this case, if what you're saying I'm understanding correctly, will not have a reflective light kind of banner on it. So the first prints of CTR will have a foil where you turn it to the light, it's all shiny, and the later print will not. That's what that means. So that is a game-specific thing. That is not a PS1 sealed specific thing.
$80. $90.
BJ is slapping me with an invoice out of the blue, sub back in early June, but getting a bill for 1K on a Tuesday? Jesus. I mean, at least you finally got your invoice, so I mean, there's that, right? June, July, August, 2 full months, 10 to 12 weeks. Fucking insane.
Fair warning.
Also, that's super cool. I will probably have to buy a lower grade one of these eventually as well, as I would love to own one. But again, I can't afford, like, obviously I can't afford PSA 10 first edition, so just look for alternatives. Gotta get those alternatives, boys.
$80.
Definitely an interesting strategy for CGC to be so strict. Means more, but less likely to get business at that point. Well, that's what I mean, right? It is almost shooting themselves in the foot. And that's purely on a psychological level. It has nothing to do with their actual grading standards or anything like that. It's just a psychological thing where people want the 10. You're excited for CGC because you'll be able to pair your sealed games with their respective Nintendo Power Bags. Yeah, Calrock, I agree with you on that completely. I still need to get some magazines graded, some Nintendo Powers graded, some Player's Guides graded. I do want to do some of that eventually just for personal collection stuff. I think they look awesome. Miskiff bought a 10 first edition Lugia. I did not see that. I saw that he got absolutely shafted on his, but I didn't see that he then bought one. Damn. Mizkif not playing around.
$32.
Yeah, man, when I saw that Mizkif got that 8-5 or whatever on his Lugia,
$46.
that was tough to watch. Which, I mean, he was overzealous with his lack of understanding on what was happening. Or just on how card grading works. So he should have expected the 9, but like, shit.
$85.
Shit. Sucks to see, honestly.
Fair warning.
Yeah, these unlimited shinings here, lower grade. I mean, if you just want one for personal collection, those are pretty cool. I gotta say.
$80.
And you know, you always gotta remember that. Like, we always talk investing, speculating, all this money stuff. If you just want to get something cheap for personal collection, grab yourself a PSA 7. Grab yourself a VGA 75. For all intents and purposes, they still present super nice. And you can save yourself hundreds, if not thousands. So don't always buy into the whole you have to have high grade, you have to have perfect, you have to have the best.
Fair warning.
You can just buy shit for personal collection, and honest to God, at the end of the day, once you have it in your possession, it's gonna feel pretty much the same. It was extra funny because who gets a half point from PSA? That's what I mean, Goob Noob. Like, he got absolutely shafted. Nobody gets the 8.5. Nobody. That grade doesn't exist.
$70.
So for him to get that is just insane. Hey, just bought a big box NES lot and discovered your channel looking for more info about graded games after watching the famous Carl Jobst video. Well, you come to the right place, Peg Sus. Hopefully with my backlog of videos, you can learn a lot. If you ever have a question on one of the videos, just write a comment and I'll probably get back to you. I still see 95% of all my comments. I still respond to most of them so long as it's not someone trolling. So, I mean, if you need any advice, if you need any help, just let me know. Yo, what up, Retro Canadian Life? It's been a great night, man. Chat was absolutely booming tonight. This is one of the busiest nights that there's ever been at the live stream. There were some high sales, some low sales, interesting auctions overall. There might be a bit of a saturation point hitting, a little bit of market weakness. It's hard to say weakness when we boom by 700% and then see a 30% pullback, right? But Simon Space, $5 donation, man. Thank you. Thanks for the info and keep up the great content. It's hard to find info and advice online grading, as grading is quite niche right now. Plus, you should get a Twitter. Simon Space, I don't know if I'm ready for the Twitter life yet. Don't know if I'm ready for that Twitter life. Twitter's a pretty toxic place, all things considered. Don't know if I want to go and start commenting on there yet. Also, this starter deck Joey is fucking amazing. I'm a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I will eventually get all of the starter decks from Yugi Kaiba, Joey, Pegasus. Eventually I will. Because these are so cool. This is the peak of nostalgia. The absolute peak. If you didn't have the starter decks growing up, I feel sorry for you. Genuinely, I feel sorry for you. Will WATA grade big box special edition games? No, they will not. You can only go to VGA for that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, man, the vacation was super nice, Retro Canadian Life. Super nice. But it wasn't like, you know, it's a vacation, but me and the girlfriend were hiking 4 to 8 hours a day. So we were up in the Jasper Mountain area. So, I mean, all there is to do is drive from location to location and go on world-class hikes in the mountains. So, yeah, it was a vacation. It was cool. It was relaxing. It was nice to get away from everything. But every night I was fucking exhausted. My calves still hurt from hiking around. It almost feels like the vacation now that I'm home. You know, I can finally relax now that I'm home. So, it's one of those things. One of those things. Yeah, Simon, I don't know, man. Making graded video game content and then going into the Twitter sphere, we'll just give it a little bit more time. We'll give it a little bit more time. Hopefully in the next year or something, the wider perspective will just lean a little more to acceptance or complacency, and there will be a little bit less opinion about it. Sean Vickers, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. SDK over LOB. Have I visited Banff? Wife and I went to visit there soon. Yeah, man. Sofa Surfer. I was in Banff about 3 years ago. But when we were there, it was actually like winter conditions. So we didn't get the whole Banff experience, unfortunately. So we did the city. We did some hikes still. Whatever hikes we could do, right? We had snow on the ground. We went at the end of September and we got hit with a blizzard. So, I mean, it was what it was, but we still made the most of it. Still a beautiful area, and if you're heading up to Banff area, you will love it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's also a tourist trap, so, like, prepare for that, but beautiful place. You tried posting your sealed games on Reddit, you got bullied. But are we surprised, Simon Space? Are we surprised? There's a lot of opinions out there. Recently came back from a camping portage trip, so I know the feeling. But nice to see you back, and hopefully you and the girl still got some good sights in. Oh yeah, man. It was an amazing trip, Retro. Amazing, amazing trip. Yo, Edward, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it. I'm just going to rip through a little recap here for the end of the YouTube video. So, that does it for today's auctions, which, again, for a weekly, we're actually seeing a lot of high-dollar games come into this. We had another Super Mario Bros. 8.5 Ace ending at $31,000, which I showed earlier in the video how huge the jumps are if we go to a 9, a 9.2, a 9.4. I don't know if that's justifiable or not. I don't know if that's sustainable or not. It seems like massive jumps, but we'll see what happens as more come out. The Oval Seal Mario is going to be where most comps are going to come from, but do not correlate the Oval Seal Mario sales with what happens with Hang Tab Marios, because those are going to have completely different markets forever. They just are. They're completely different clientele who's buying into those games. This is the last shot for a normal person to have a Mario Bros. When we get into those Hang Tab ones, that's all going to be investment, huge speculation, millionaire type money. It just is what it is. Coming down, we see GoldenEye 9.08 Plus selling very strong at $12,000. Ninja Turtles $6,600, proving Ninja Turtles is still super high demand there. Pokemon Leaf Green 9.68 Plus for $5,700. Pokemon games are coming down. You know, a lot of this we talk about what is common, what's rare, what our pop reports are going to ruin stuff. Pop reports are going to hurt some games. Pop reports are going to help some games. But we are in such a euphoria, speculative space when all of this boom happened that pullbacks of 20%, 30%, it is inevitable. Because you have to remember, right? 2 years ago, this Pokemon game might have sold for, let's say, $500. Now it's selling for $5,700. So let's say in a year from now, it sells for $4,000. In a 2 or 3 year span, if we just like zoom out a little bit, we're still up 8,000%. 800%. So it's all about a bit of perspective there where, oh my God, the market's crashing. But if you just zoom out a little bit, holy shit, the market's still up 800% in 3 years. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. It's one of those things where you really have to take in the perspective of where we still are. Even if we were to take every price on this and just cut it 50%, it's like, okay, in the past 3 months, prices are down. In the past 12 months, prices are up. It just depends when you buy in. It's one of those things of time in the market versus timing the market. All that dollar cost averaging, all that shit. But Super Mario Land WATA 8.58 Plus, I'm pretty sure sold very low compared to the comp that it had, but the comp that it had was in a signature auction where things almost always go expensive, so I think this is a more representative price of where this game kind of sits with yellow screenshots. Green screenshots is its own story. There's a variant with green screenshots on the back. Yellow screenshots is its own thing. 1942 Capcom early $4,000. Player's Choice GoldenEye down like $5,000 from the last one that sold, which crazy. Metal Gear 3600, Mario Bros 3100, Rad Racer 2600. I think someone in chat said they felt this one sold a little bit soft, which Rad Racer probably in any condition isn't going to have a high population count, so we'll see what pop counts do for a game such as this where there might be such an absolute low population count that it spikes. We'll see. High Grade Wrestling for $2,600. Metroid Classic Series $2,000, which honestly didn't seem bad at all because it's one of those things where this is the player's choice Metroid, right? People were asking me before, how do I feel about player's choice greatest hits? The Classic Series NES Metroid is kind of your next best alternative to owning an original factory sealed Metroid. Original Metroids factory sealed are going to be expensive as shit in any condition. So if you want a Metroid NES factory sealed, this kind of is your next best alternative. If I feel good, I would feel great, let's even put it, putting $2,000 into this game at this time. I think this is where there is a little bit of, I think this is undervalued. Take it for what it is. I think this is a good price point to get in at a WATA 9.0A Plus on a Metroid. We'll see what happens with it. Golden Sun 9.6A++, $2,000. I mean, Golden Sun as far as GBA goes, if you're a GBA collector and you're into this thing, I think this is also a good price on Golden Sun. Coming down, NFL Game Day 9.8A for $1,400. I was surprised by this. Galaxy holding above $1,300 and 9.6A+. First Wario World we ever saw, $1,300. There's so many games in this weekly that broke the $1,000 mark. Damn. I also thought this was a great deal this week. The Golden Axe The Duel 9.8A+, $1,200. Yoshi 9.6A+. This is another one where it's not necessarily a rare NES game, but I think over time, when the market matures more, demand is going to flow to games like this, where even if there's a higher pop count, demand is going to swallow them up. We'll see what happens. GameCube games here holding over $1,000. Same with Smash Brawl. That was Zelda Collector's Edition, 9.6A+. Some people were saying that on eBay, these are actually doing better. So never forget to check your eBay comps as well. We had the Turtles in Time, not for resale cartridge at $780. I also thought this Oracle of Ages 9.0A Plus for $720 was a decent deal. Tyson 7.0 feels overpriced at $660. Coming down, here's the Legacy of Goku. It was $576 actually for Legacy of Goku. I mean, hell, I love seeing Dragon Ball Z games get respect. I'm a huge DBZ fan. It's super cool. Super cool to see them selling for high amounts. You know, it kind of just depends what side you're on with a lot of that stuff. Breath of the Wild Wii U, $456. I believe it was the 2-controller variant. Coming down, we had a weird one here. The Sopranos, actually, I was keeping an eye on. $408. I mean, sure. I guess, right? Urgies honestly felt cheap at $384. I know it's a B+ seal rating, but like, still a Squaresoft game. Still pretty cool. Still has Cloud on the cover. I think there's value there. Tons of Pokemon stuff in this auction. Tons and tons and tons. I feel like we're getting more and more and more with each auction that comes. Coming down to the bottom, though, we had this week's losing game. This week's big loser was actually not an Atari game, which is pretty fucking crazy. Blazing Dragons with Cheech. Is that Cheech? Like, is that Cheech and Chong? Cheech? The fuck is this game? I actually know absolutely nothing about this game. I just realized. $79 for it. Terry Jones and Cheech. That has to be Cheech and Chong, right? Is this a... What the hell is the premise of this game? Blazing Dragons. A pathological Rapunzel, schizophrenic, forget a sword, bring a psychiatrist. From the twisted mind of Monty Python, Blazing Dragons Warp Medieval Adventure brings 40 wacky characters to life with a freakish mix of voiceover talents from Cheech, Harry Shearer, Terry Jones, and a wild arcade action. What is it? What the hell is it? I still don't know what it is. Is it like a visual novel? Insane. Absolutely insane. Well, that's the loser of this week's auction. $79. Hope to see you guys next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Come hang over to the live chat. It's honestly, the amount of people in here is getting really fun. We can have some lively talks. At some point here, I'm just going to have live streams where we just sit down and talk about topics. So, I mean, more and more, the auctions are becoming the backdrop to the conversation. Maybe on Saturdays or some shit, we'll just have to introduce live chat talks. We'll see how it goes, but hopefully I can see you guys next Tuesday. Blazing Dragons is actually fucking insane. I've never seen that before. I've genuinely never seen that before in my life. Yeah, market is crashing, right? Market is crashing. You think Carl kind of hinted at this in his video, but is there any evidence that just valuing a game higher gets you a better score from WATA? Peg sus, there is absolutely no actual concrete evidence on that. Nor do I think you'd ever be actually able to prove something like that. You would need such a high sample size, and then also there's just so many variables that would go into creating any kind of conclusive evidence there that I don't think you could ever get a concrete answer to evidence on something like that. But am I going to grade my DBZ trilogy as is, or will I break it apart? I'm going to grade it as is, Sean. I'm just going to grade it as is. Yo, thanks for popping in, Opal. Blazing Dragons was a cartoon show too. Terry Jones from Monty Python. It's a point-and-click adventure game. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Crazy to see. Crazy to see. I just, you know, the PS1 library is like, what, 1,800 games or some shit? There's so much weird stuff in there that there's so many games I just do not know. But on that note, that's a stream. That's a Tuesday. Thank you all for coming. Chat was absolutely insane tonight. The amount of support. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the people who became members. I greatly appreciate it. I will be back live next Tuesday, as you guys know. I will be in the Discord. Always, it's honestly the Discord community that's been built is fucking great. I love it. So, yeah, I will see you guys next Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out tonight. The Green Shiz, we do not use that name around here. We do not use that around here, man. It's Greg and Greg only. I don't know who Dylan is. We're a Greg only family here. Any update on the Drakengard 3? No cost and no update. I'm still just in the VGA backlog. No updates whatsoever.